Right, what's good people? In this video I'm going to show you plain and simple how to make as much money as possible reselling on Vinted. The best thing about reselling on Vinted is you don't really need a lot of free time to start. So whether you want to get into it full time or you just want a little side hustle whilst you're at uni, for example, it works perfectly because it's flexible, and it really depends how much effort you want to put into it. And yeah, with the right kind of guidance like this video today, you can be making money quite quickly. So anyway, let's get straight into it. So starting off with sourcing, how do you buy stuff? So I pretty much source all my items through Vinted. All this method is essentially is you buying stuff that are poorly listed on Vinted and then reselling it either back on Vinted or on platforms like eBay and Depop. And the key to sourcing is you want to essentially have a bunch of filters, search filters on Vinted, and you want to sort all of these by newly listed first. So not low to high or relevance, you always want newly listed. Basically all you're doing is with these filters, you're just refreshing and you're seeing what comes up newly listed and you're buying it essentially if it's worth buying. So as you can see, I have a bunch of filters that have specific items that I want to resell. North Face tracksuits, Reese blazers, Ted Baker coats, stuff like that. These stuff will have items popping out every like 3 to 4 minutes, maybe every 5 minutes. So it's not like something that you have to sit there and refresh like every 5 seconds. These are more like, you know, you check every hour or so for new items and stuff like that. Those are for specific items. You also want to have one main filter with like this one here that says all categories. And essentially these are all the brands that you want to resell. For example, I'm doing like Nike, North Face, CP Company. And essentially these are the ones that are going to have stuff popping out like every 5 seconds or every like 2 or 3 seconds. These are ones that you like actually need to refresh and you're going to snipe essentially. So with this like main filter, probably only like 3 or 4 out of 100 items are going to be clear buys. So a lot of the items obviously are going to be just not worth it. But the reason you need this filter is because you'll get like you'll get it coming up immediately as it comes out. Now I know people use a Vinted monitor for this because Vinted monitors like essentially snipe for you and they let you like the items like 5 seconds before everyone else if they come out, but you don't necessarily need one to make money. So I'm going to show you guys some quick examples of what I've sold recently. If you want to see like more of what to actually resell when you don't know where to start or what to buy, I made at least 2 or 3 videos that are titled like what to sell on Vinted to make money. So just click on those and it will show you exactly what to sell and you can start being profitable immediately essentially. But just as a quick example, this North Face tracksuit right here, for example, I got this for £25 with shipping and I sold it just a few days later for £60 I believe. So nearly full price and around £35 profit, which was nice. This tech fleece here, I got this for just £19 and I sold it for 85, so that was quite a big margin there. You do find tech fleeces like this that are lying around. Yeah, when you guys start doing this, you'll be shocked how bad people are at taking pictures and how bad people are at listing. Like some people, like if they're selling something, they'll literally throw it on the bed and just hold their phone and take a picture and list it. Like, so a lot of reselling is just you're basically profiting on people's laziness and ignorance essentially. And this Ted Baker coat here, I paid a little bit more for this. I think it was like maybe £44 with shipping, and I sold it for 92.5 full price, believe it or not, because it was new without tags as well. It was pretty much unworn. And yeah, don't be afraid to spend a little bit more guys on items, because the items that I make the most money on usually are the items that I spend the most money on as well. So don't think you have to get bargains all the time and you have to be a cheapskate looking for stuff that are like £5-10. You have these filters, you can check them during the day. That's why I say you can do this part-time, because while you're at uni, while you're at your work, you can just quickly scroll on your break and just buy stuff that you think is worth buying. If you're reselling niche items as well, you don't really have to be super quick in buying them, because like certain items like I say are underrated, like Ted Baker coats, no one really buys them. I mean, you lot might now that you're watching this video, but like it's not like Nike Air Max 95s where sometimes they'll disappear like 2 seconds after being listed because people monitor them on Vinted monitors and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it with sourcing. It's nice and simple. It's one of those things where you have to make a few mistakes when you're starting off. Sometimes you might buy something that doesn't sell for as much as you'd hoped, and that's fine. It's sort of with experience, after a couple of months this will be quite easy for you guys. And also weekday evenings and weekends are the best time to source stuff, because that's when people actually list stuff the most. So listing the item. So when something comes in, usually it's clean because people have decency a lot of the time to clean it. I mean, sometimes it happens, but with most stuff, you don't have to give it like a full wash or anything. A lot of items do have stains on them that are relatively easy to wash out. For that, I just use a stain remover. You can use this exact one I use from Vanish. Pretty much 80 to 90% of stains it will get rid of. Apart from like really deep stains or like bleach stains, obviously you can't get those out. But if you do get something and it's a little bit more damaged than you thought, if it's like still salvageable, like put a little bit of effort to cleaning it and repairing it. But obviously if something's like got rips and stuff in it, you can send it back. Probably every like 5 or 6 items I get, I'll have to return one of them. That's just the name of the game. Then when you're taking photos, you just want a clear, plain, like natural looking background. So I use 2 different backgrounds. I've got like a nice white wall that I just use for like blazers, like jackets, things like that. It just looks nice. It's a plain white background. I don't need like a professional studio. If you've just got like a normal looking wall with like a natural color, just hang it on the wall, guys, and just list it there. You don't need like a professional setup. And for stuff like t-shirts, stuff that don't really look so good when they're hung up, I'll just put them on the floor, like a nice clean floor, and then take the photo there. You can never really go wrong with taking too many pictures. One of the whole item, few close-ups maybe of the logo and the sleeves, and you want the sizing label, the materials label, and just any authenticity thing that shows it's actually real. And then you want the back of the item as well. So you want to do at least 7 or 8 photos per item. For tracksuits and like more expensive stuff, maybe 11 or 12 photos. Tracksuits, you need quite a few because there's 2 different items essentially in one. You just want to show the whole item and just show clarity essentially. That's all you need to show. And if they do have defects, guys, obviously do take pictures of the defects. I mean, because it will just come back to bite you basically, because people will just ask for returns and they'll leave you negative reviews and stuff. So be honest about the defects. You don't have to cover everything up. The title is very important. You want as much keywords as possible and just what people would actually search for. Like if you're selling a Nike tracksuit, don't just put Nike tracksuit, put like Nike Tech Fleece, Thunder Blue, size small, men's size small. My titles and descriptions are basically the same on eBay as they are on Vinted. And the description, obviously, you want to be as clear as possible. You want just a brief overview of the condition, being honest, say like very good condition, some like marks or whatever. And then after that, you want the size, the measurements. So you want 1 horizontal measurement, the pit to pit, and 1 vertical. I usually do the collar to hem, so top to bottom essentially. And sometimes you can do the sleeve length depending on what you're selling. If you're selling a blazer, for example, it's very useful to do the sleeve length. You can also put whether it fits true to size or whether it's a slim fit, but you don't have to. Finish the description off, just say thank you very much for viewing, feel free to get in touch or something like that. So you want to be as clear as possible in your listings. You want to have as much clarity as possible because that's what's going to get you sales, compared to these other people that are just putting half-hearted descriptions, and that's why they get their items sniped for like £10. So, and then I just keep all my stuff in a pile in a room in my house. It's nothing like too crazy. Don't let people think that you need to like have loads and loads of like stuff to start up. Like just as long as money's coming in, guys, that's all that matters. Like if you need to store something in like behind the bed or like under the mattress, it's fine, like whatever works for you. So if you're new on this, just focus on the basics, like actually listing and getting sales to come in. Yeah, then obviously when I do get a sale on Vinted, I'll put like maybe like a little thank you note. Actually, most of the time I do put thank you notes with the item, and then I'll just wrap that in this little grey bag here, and yeah, just send it off. And yeah, it's not very difficult to get into at all, reselling. Don't think there needs to be loads of startup costs. All you really need is a couple £100 to actually buy items. Also, don't worry about like making a business account and making like you know, being a pro seller on Vinted. Obviously after time you can start thinking about that, but if you're just starting off, you should only worry about making money and just getting cash inflow. That's all that really matters. When money's coming in, then you can start worrying about other things. But for the time being, just focus on what I've shown you in this video. Buying, listing and selling, and just getting sales. That's all that matters at the moment. So thank you all for watching. I hope you found this guide useful. Like I said, I've got loads of other videos that are helpful like this one, just showing you like the ins and outs of Vinted reselling. So feel free to check those out. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.